So you want to fly your drone in Thailand. Okay, you want to come on holiday or you want to buy a drone in Thailand. Now, if you want to not go to prison for 1 year and have a 40,000 Thai baht fine, or both, this is a video that you're going to want to pay attention to. You know, this video is the process of registration for registering your drone in Thailand so you can fly in Thailand. Now, I live here at this time and the process is still the same for me. This is the current process right now in 2022. Now, it's changed a little bit over the years, but not very much. So I would imagine that this process is going to be around for quite some time. So if you want to fly your drone in Thailand, stick around. This is the important information that you need to know. Right, here's the first thing. With nearly everything to do with government or anything in Thailand, it is a slow procedure, okay? That's just how it is. They dot the I's, cross the T's, everything. Everything is done. And if you go into a government office, you know, or organization, you have the front section of the office where they do the work. Then there's a checker behind that, and then it goes to someone behind that who gives the approval. Now, that's just the way it is. You have to get used to it. Right, I'm calling this video Hoops and Hurdles because there's 3 stages of jumping through hoops or over hurdles that you have to complete before you can even fly your drone legally in Thailand. And I assure you, it's not worth trying to take the chance illegally, because if you get caught as a foreigner, they will throw the book at you to make an example. It's just not worth it, you know. So you might look at this video and you might think, I'm not bringing my drone to Thailand, I'm not there long enough. Right, if you are coming to Thailand and you want to fly your drone, this is the process. Okay, step 1. First process that you have to do, you have to have public liability insurance to the value of 1 million Thai baht. Now, it's not scary, guys. It's straightforward, and I've put a link in all the links for this video will be in the description, so you can either fill in online or you can contact. Not a problem. Now, for the insurance, I went with a company called JP Insurance and it came back as JMAT Insurance. Not a problem. Okay, and you have to fill all your details in and then they send you a payment link and you pay. Now, to register my drone and get my insurance, the cost was 599 baht. Okay, that's right now, June, or the end of May, June 2022. 599 baht. Now, I've downloaded the forms so I can actually talk about it, and I'll probably put it on the screen as well as we're talking. All you've got to do is complete the details of you, where you are, where you're living, telephone number, and the drone's information. Now, it's very straightforward and it's not complicated. Now, basically, you fill your name in, where you are, what room number, house, wherever you're staying, top part. Second part, information of person who controls or releases UAV drone, including copy of passport. Okay, so you stick your name in there and you have to have a copy of your passport. Okay, and that is visa page and face page. Okay, now you can stick it on one page or whatever, you know, that's quite easy. Purpose of your drone. Okay, now if you're here, you're flying for recreation and sports, the first one, you tick the box, it's easy. And then you've got the drone's information. This is the important bit. Okay, aircraft type and manufacturer. Now I filled all this out as DJI Mini 3 Pro, blah blah, but actually it's a manufacturer's name, DJI. DJI is the manufacturer's name. And then it says Number of engine rotors. Okay, one engine, 4 rotors. Okay, the drone's got 4 rotors, but it's got 1 engine. Registration marks. The registration marks is the serial number of your drone. Now, I was looking and I thought, where the heck is the registration mark? You know, I couldn't see anything. Now, if you've got your box, okay, and you bought the drone in, say, Thailand, the serial number is actually on the box. Now, if you've brought a drone to Thailand, the serial number is inside the battery compartment. So you pop out your battery and the serial number is on there. And it is tiny, and even with my eyes, I had to photograph it with my phone, blow it up so I could read it. But that's where the serial number is of your aircraft, of your drone. Weight including batteries, in kilograms. So this is a 249 gram drone. So when you fill your form in, 0.249 kg, because it has to be in kilograms. Equipment list. Equipment list doesn't mean everything you've got. It means video camera. You have a video camera on your drone. And the maximum operating altitude in meters is the maximum of the drone. Now you can find the drone specs actually on DJI's site, and it's 500 meters. And the radio control frequency of additional equipment, so basically it's a radio control frequency between your controller and your drone, which obviously operates at a frequency level so they can talk to each other. It's 2.4 to 5.8 gigahertz. Now that spec is on the DJI site as well. And then all you've got to do is just sign and date your insurance form. It's as easy as that. And then what they do, they send you a payment link and you just pay your money, you know. And like I say, I paid 599 baht. Now it was 560 odd plus VAT, whatever, 599. I got 1 million public liability insurance, valid for 1 year. Guys, step 1, okay? Insurance, first step before anything else. Second step, registering for the NBTC, the National Broadcasting Telecommunications Commission. Now, these guys are very, very, very professional. This is probably the most professional part of the service of registering your drone, actually. You know, the insurance is very quick as well, because you fill in all your details in, you pay your money, done. You get your insurance within 1 day, not a problem. Registering for the NBTC, the National Broadcasting Telecommunications Commission, you know, there are many offices throughout Thailand where you can actually physically go in and you can fill the form in and everything in the office, and they are super people. They're really helpful, not a problem. But the registering system online as well, so if you sat at your hotel or whatever, if you live here, you can do it online. The online registration system is very, very good. Even for uploading the photographs that they require, there's enough online slots for you to upload the photographs. Not a problem. The NBTC, the National Broadcasting Telecommunications Commission, are a very professional service. Okay, that said, I've downloaded the form just so I can read out and explain. Now, it's in Thai and English, okay, so it's not a problem. It's very straightforward to follow. So basically, you kick it all off with the date, month, year, whatever it is, 2022, whenever you get here, okay. And then this next bit is date of possession of UAV. There's a couple of things on here. You're bringing it in by yourself, or if you've purchased it here in Thailand. If you have purchased your drone here in Thailand, you have to have the tax invoice number on there to show that it was actually bought here. Now, if you're bringing it in, you're not going to have an invoice. You might have, you might not. Okay, but you put the date that you come in. And then you've got your tourist visa information. You've got to put that in there. Then it starts with the drone. Now, the drone, this DJI Mini 3 Pro is under 2 kilograms, so it weighs less than 2 kilograms. You tick it. You get down to this next section where you fill in your name, your passport number, where you're staying, or where you live, telephone number, email address. Now, the thing is with the NBTC, you can access whether you've been accepted or not via email. They send you an email, you click on a link. They normally accept you without a problem if you filled all the documentation in correctly, and then they send you a payment link. The payment is 214 baht. 214 baht. Okay, back to the form. So you filled all the details in, logged on, done whatever, okay? Where you are, where you live in, what apartment you're in, whatever. The next part to the form, you come in here on holiday as a hobbyist. You're not doing traffic control, you're not a journalist, so it's the first box you tick. Hobby, entertainment or sport. Tick that. And then again, we're on to the information of the drone. So it's a bit like filling out for your insurance. Okay, we're back onto the information of the drone, and you have to fill it all in. The brand, DJI, model, Mini 3, and then brackets, DJI, RC, close brackets, open brackets, GL, close brackets. That's the model number for this drone, because obviously I've got the RC controller. And then it goes on to say number of motors, 1 motor, number of rotors or number of propellers, 4. So again, it's 1 motor, 4 propellers. Serial number, got to go in. Weight in kilograms, again, it's a 249 gram drone, but it's in kilograms, 0.249 kg. Installed accessories, camera, video camera, and then you've got the maximum flying altitude in meters, 500 meters. And then on this form, because it's the National Broadcasting Telecommunications Commission, they want to know the serial number of your remote control as well. Okay, so you put your remote control brand, which in this case is DJI RC, and then you put the remote control serial number. Now, to find the serial number of your remote control, it's in that tiny box on the back of here. Again, I had to photograph it and blow it up. I can't physically read that. That is way too small. But that's where you find the serial number for your remote control. So the serial number for your drone is inside the battery compartment. The serial number for your remote control on this RC controller is on the back there in that box. And then all you do is sign it. Right, with this NBTC form, you have to fill in an owner's declaration of conformity. It's the UAV's radio equipment owner's declaration of conformity. So you're basically telling them all this gear conforms to the regulations of the Telecommunications Commission, which it does. Okay, there's not a problem. Again, name, address, telephone number, brand name DJI, model in this case Mini 3 Pro, brackets DJI, RC, close brackets, open brackets, GL, close brackets, serial number of UAV, serial number of your aircraft, and then serial number of your RC controller or whatever control you're using. You have to sign the conformity form to conform to the National Broadcasting Communications Commission. It's their legals and you are conforming. With that, guys, you have to send pictures of your drone. Now, I've printed this out just so I can explain. Okay, you've got pictures of your drone. Now they require top, bottom, left side, right side, front end, back end. Take all those pictures and then upload where required. Okay, so as you can see, top, bottom, front, back, left side, right side. No problems. They also require the pictures of the serial number. So take the picture of your controller, take the picture of the serial number, upload. They also require pictures from your passport. Okay, they need your visa stamp picture. Okay, they need the visa and they need your physog with all your details on. Okay, they want to know who you are. So again, you can stick those two pictures together like I have and upload it, not a problem. Now, if you live here in Thailand, you have what they call a yellow book. It's a registration of where you live in Thailand, you know. Thai residents have a blue book, foreigners have a yellow book. So we have to send a copy of our yellow book as well to say we live here. So it's all very straightforward, guys, you know. So that is registration part 2. Now, the NBTC registration comes back very, very quickly. Okay, you can sort it all out within 24 hours, not a problem. But you have to be here in Thailand. And the reason you have to be here in Thailand, you've got to put in your visa details of what your stamp visa and everything when you're here. So this is where the registration process makes it quite hard. Everything has to be done when you get here. So if you're coming to Thailand, you're going to have to start on day 1, because if you're only here for a few days, you might not even get permission to fly legally. Now, the third part to this, guys, is very important. This is to the Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand, CAAT. And this is the one that takes a little bit of the time. Now, they do say it can take up to 15 days. Now, obviously, if you're only here for a week, that's pointless, you know, but if you're going to be here for any length of time, now it says up to 15 days. It doesn't say it will take 15 days. It could come back within 4 or 5 days. But it is a full process for the Central Aviation Authority of Thailand. They want to know who's flying around in their airspace. It's as simple as that, you know. And again, the registration procedure online is a little bit tricky, and it will probably take you a couple of hours to mess around, understand it. But what I'll do, I've printed the form off and I'll go through it very, very quickly. Okay, now I'm sorry this video is long, but it is a very important video, I think, for anybody coming to Thailand. And actually I live here and I've had to jump through all these hoops and hurdles here. The main part to this form, and obviously don't miss any of it out, but the main part to this form is to download the self-declaration form. Okay, and you have to write where you are, you know, like you're at what hotel, whatever, you know, and the date. You, the applicant, you put your name in, and then you have to tick that you are not a threat to national security and you have never been sentenced in the final judgment to imprisonment for any offence under the law of narcotics and customs. So basically you've done nothing, you know, and then you sign it. This is a really important self-declaration. They've got you to a T. If you do anything wrong and they find out anything about you after you've signed this, I'm sure you're going to be arrested. So fill this out truthfully. Most people are not going to have any problem whatsoever. Okay, important declaration form. Again, with the CAAT form, all the information It's straightforward, but you have to complete it. So basically it's a new registration, first box, okay, unless you're registering and you've done it before, and then they can check your records actually. And then you've got an unmanned aerial vehicle weight categories, and it gives you the weight categories there. This is under 2 kilos, so we tick the under 2 kilos. And then it goes on about the application to individual registration. Again, you fill everything in. You know, you put your name, your date of birth, your passport number, all that information goes in there. If you live here, you put your address. If not, you put where you're staying, room number, hotel, all that kind of stuff in there. And the most important thing on here, guys, is your email address. They send confirmation via email. And then what you've got to do, information of pilot or person, that's your name, stick it in there. Purpose, recreation and sports, tick, straightforward. Unmanned aerial vehicle information, again, this is where you're putting in DJI, number of engine, rotors, 1 engine, 4 rotors. The same as we've done already, you know, serial number, registration marks. Now, the registration mark is, for this drone, Mini 3 Pro. And then you've got your brackets, DJI RC, close brackets, open brackets, GL, close brackets. That's the registration marks for this drone. And then you've got the weight. Equipment list again is camera, video camera. Maximum operating altitude is 500 meters. Radio control frequency is the 2.4 to 5.8 gigahertz. Now that spec is on DJI's site. Insurance information, that's where you put your insurer's information, the name of your insurance company. And the requested operating location, wherever you are. If you're in Chiang Mai, sign it, done. It's very straightforward, you know. There's nothing hard about it. It's just a procedure that it takes to go through. And with this you need to include a copy of your passport and a copy of your visa. No problem. The Thai RPA regulations, remotely piloted aircraft regulations, which are on the CAAT site, and I'll put a link so you can look at them. They're a little bit in contradiction. There's 2 bits that you can download as PDFs and read, and the first one I downloaded is a visual display. Now I've printed that out and I will carry that in my bag simply because it shows everything on there, and this is the up-to-date version. The other bit on there which you can actually print off as a PDF is from 2015. Well, this new one, this visual one, is from 2022. So that is the regulations that you should be working to and follow for the CAAT. That's the Thai RPA regulations that you need to follow. Right, now basically, the Thai RPA regulations then, very easy to follow. Any drone fitted with a camera or video camera, irrespective of weight, this is under 2 kilos or over 2 kilos, so basically it's any drone fitted with a camera has to be registered with the CAAT by law. End of. Now all drones, or nearly all drones, carry cameras, so you're going to register every drone with the CAAT. Do not fly close to manned aircraft. Come on, it's common sense. Now, this is the bit that contradicts in both bits. In this modern, up-to-date version, it says do not fly close to a person or buildings at a distance of 30 meters horizontally. In this other bit that was 2015, it said 50 meters. So now we're at 30 meters. Do not fly close to any person or building at a distance less than 30 meters horizontally. It's not saying vertical, it's saying horizontal. And the definition of horizontal is very simple to understand. It's parallel to the plane of the horizon at right angles to the vertical. So basically it's flat. Simple. That's the dictionary definition of horizontal. So as long as you're flying horizontal, you do not fly less than 30 meters close to buildings or people. Do not fly in restricted areas. Hospitals, government buildings, anything that's restricted, you don't fly there. Simple. Do not fly within 9 kilometers or 5 nautical miles of an airport or temporary airfield unless authorized to do so. So common sense, you know, as far as I'm aware, you ain't going to fly anyway. It's going to stop you from flying if you're anywhere near the airport. In Thailand, there's a height restriction. Do not fly more than 90 meters in height. Now, I've set my drone to 89 meters, okay? The maximum flying altitude for this drone whilst I'm here in Thailand is 89 meters. I don't want to even encroach on that extra meter. It's set to 89 meters. The drone will fly to 89 meters. That's it, full stop. I can't break the law. Control takeoff must always be visible during the flight. You got to know where your drone is. You know, it's tempting to fly all over the place like a lot of these videos are. But you know, it does actually say it's got to be visible. Now, I did see on the 2015, it said something like, do not fly over cities, villages, or gathered people. But it doesn't say that on the new regulations. It does not say that on the new Thai RPA regulation. Now, common sense, you're not going to fly over a huge gathering of people just in case something happens. You know, it's the same as any regulations around the world. So now, that is not on the new regulation. I think that's an important factor actually, that you can fly up to 89 meters, you can fly over anything as long as you're not restricted airspace or you're not authorized to do so, and you can carry out your flying quite comfortably. Now, there will be a registration fee for the CAAT part of this. At the moment, I haven't paid a CAAT registration fee because they haven't confirmed that I've been approved and they haven't sent me the payment link to actually pay them. So all I can say to you now, at the time of this video, guys, the insurance was 599 baht. I'll put a link to JMart Insurance in the description. The NBTC is 214 baht registration to register with the National Broadcasting Telecommunications Commission, and there will be a fee for the CAAT, but at the moment I don't have it. Now, guys, I hope this, it seems a bit long, I know, but I hope this will help anyone out there who wants to come and fly in Thailand legally. You know, there is a couple of hoops and hurdles to go through and over, but it's very straightforward. You know, they're not here to try and catch you out in any way and you just think, oh, it seems like a real pain in the butt, and it is. But you know, that's country rules. It's as simple as that. You know, if you want to fly, you have to comply. Okay, I hope that helps somebody into the future. Now, if you like what we're doing, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And you know, I'll catch you in the next video. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be airborne. Take care.